I thought being a good dog parent meant doing everything right, but my dog never asked for that. He was asking for me. Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk, the podcast for real dog people who need more than filtered advice. I'm Em, dog trainer, canine nutritionist, enrichment specialist, and lifelong advocate for big feeling dogs and the people doing their best to love and support them. Each week, we talk about what really matters because you and your dog deserve honesty, support, and connection. Whether you're here for help, healing, or just a dose of me too, you're in the right place. If you've ever felt like no matter how hard you try, it's never enough, this episode is for you. Today, I'm sharing the moment I stopped chasing perfection as a pet parent, how that decision changed everything for me and Fitz, and how it became the first step in the journey that led me here to becoming a trainer, launching this podcast, and building something real. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why perfection is often a trauma response, not a training plan, how our dogs reflect the pressure we put on ourselves, and what happened when I stopped managing behavior and started building trust. I used to think that if I just followed all the rules, used all the right tools, stayed one step ahead of the behavior, stayed consistent and calm, I'd finally be good at this. I'd feel in control. Other people would see me as capable, maybe even impressive. But underneath that was fear. Fear that I wasn't doing enough. Fear that if I didn't get it right, I'd fail my dog. Fear that I'd be judged for having a dog who is reactive, loud, and unpredictable. I didn't realize it at the time, but I had turned pet parenting into a performance. Every walk, every training session, every moment outside the house, I was constantly evaluating myself. Was I doing enough? Was he behaving well enough? Were we safe from judgment? Fitz had been on an e-collar for a few months. We didn't start using it until he was almost a year old because I had already tried everything else people had told me to. And I still felt like I was failing him. At first, the collar gave me a false sense of control. But over time, I saw things I couldn't ignore. He was still reacting. He was still barking. He was still terrified. The e-collar didn't remove the fear. It just punished the expression of it. I remember one moment so clearly. It was in a parking lot at our old apartment complex, a quiet one. A person walked by and Fitz exploded, even with the e-collar on, even with all of the training sessions. And I just froze, not because of his behavior, but because I could feel people staring. I was so ashamed. And in that split second, it hit me. If this isn't helping him feel safer, what are we even doing? That moment, over 5 years ago, was the crack in everything I thought I knew. Because for the first time, I saw the issue wasn't him. It was the approach. Fitz didn't need more correction. He needed comfort. He didn't need obedience. He needed understanding. And I had been so focused on fixing the behavior, I missed what he was trying to tell me. I didn't know it then, but that moment in the parking lot changed my life. It was the first time I questioned the kind of advice I was taking. The first time I gave myself permission to look for something different, to say maybe this doesn't feel right because it isn't. I started reading more, learning about emotional regulation, nervous systems, behavior science. I wasn't trying to become a trainer at that point. I just wanted to help my dog without hurting him. But that moment, that shift in perspective was the first real step that led me here, to this podcast, to this career, to this version of myself. Once I took the collar off and started listening to him instead of managing him, everything began to shift. I started asking, what helps him feel safe? What reduces his stress instead of suppressing it? What do I want our life to feel like, not just look like? And what I found was this. When I relaxed, he relaxed. When I was regulated, he responded. When I stopped bracing us against the world, so did he. Training didn't become easier overnight, but it became clearer. I wasn't trying to prove anything anymore. I was just trying to build something real. Looking back, I truly believe Fitz was never the wrong dog. He was the exact dog I needed. Because without him, I would have stayed stuck in perfectionism. I would have kept striving to meet expectations that never fit my life or his. He's the reason I let go of performance, of pressure, of fear. And when I did, I got us back. So if you're stuck in that cycle of striving, fixing, and constantly questioning yourself, I see you. You're not alone. You're not failing. Your dog doesn't need to be perfect. They need you to be present, and you deserve to feel safe enough to show up that way. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave us a review on your favorite platform or tag me on Instagram. I love seeing your stories. And if you're ready for support that focuses on the dog in front of you, not the one that the internet expects you to have, book a free consult using the link in the description. You're doing more right than you think, and your dog feels every bit of the effort that you're making. We'll see you next time on Straight Up Dog.